Welcome back to a brand new video, a brand new live stream. I always mess that up. Joseph, the horror guy, what's up, man? Glad you were able to tune in, man, for this live stream. As you guys know, we got some pretty big news today. But before anything, like I mentioned last week on last week's live stream, I'm gonna be doing this new series every Wednesday. So pretty much you guys could catch me live stream at least once a week. I'm gonna try to do at least 2 times a week, but for sure every Wednesday I'm going to be doing this particular live stream, man. Like I did last week. We're gonna be talking about films I watched throughout the week, from dating, back to last Wednesday. So yeah, and of course we got some pretty big you know some pretty good news, big news when it comes to horror films. As you guys know, Terrifier 3 was just announced today, man, and yeah, I got a lot of people excited. We did get a few new details surrounding the movie, so we're gonna be diving into that today. So yeah, porn star Jr. What's up, man? Glad you made it back to the channel, man. Pretty cool scene. Usually my regulars on here, on the live stream, so it's pretty good, man. Pretty chill. Wednesday afternoon. So hope you guys are having a blessed day, man. Had a lot of fun. Had a pretty good time last week, man. On last week's live stream. So yeah, hope we do something here today. Like I said, I wanted to kind of start it off, kick it off, talking about some of the Terrifier 3 news. So yeah, overall, what do you guys think about, the whole, release of Terrifier 3? Like I'm personally, I really do like the Terrifier movies. I just really like them, of course they did step their game up from part 1 to part 2. Of course, part 2 was a pretty damn successful movie. As you guys know, Terrifier, yeah, man, for sure. Terrifier, the first one is a really good, in my opinion, like a old school slasher film. It was, of course, more of like a low budget film, um, and it really reminded me. That's one thing. Other than, of course, the Art the Clown character, just the style of the movie, even Terrifier 2, just the whole style of the movie. It really reminds me of the old school, classic horror movies, and I think Terrifier is like a really good, you could say a good, tribute to the slasher genre. So yeah, man, I mean it's pretty good news. Like I said, of course, nothing like big news about like in like specific details about the movie, about Terrifier 3. We just have right here saying it's gonna be a bigger budget for sure. It's gonna be a bigger budget than the second film, and I personally thought, man, since the first film, they like I said, they stepped up their game with the second movie. I have it right here, and the reason I have it here because this is one of the films I watched this week. I watched it yesterday, man. I rewatched Terrifier Part 2, and I was just wondering, I rewatched it yesterday, and I was just thinking to myself, man, you know like I can't wait for Terrifier 3. That's what I was telling myself yesterday. Can't wait for the third film. And then long behold, man, today in the morning, the next day we get, the official release, or not the official release date, but the official confirmation about Terrifier 3. So yeah, it is set to be released 2024 next year. Pretty cool, man. I mean, I was expecting it probably give it 2 years or 3, but for sure, man, it's great news for sure. Like I said, I like the Terrifier movies. Chippy, what's up, man? Hope you're doing pretty good, man. I'll be there day one. Stereo Crow, what's up? Same here, man. I mean, I was there for the first day when this Terrifier 2 came out. Simply because, like I said, the first one was just really, it was just really good, man. It was like a great, you could say, appreciation to the slasher movie genre. So, and if I'm not mistaken, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the first Terrifier was straight to DVD. I can't recall, man, because I remember I didn't I don't remember hearing about Terrifier, the first one, 2016, uh, until like a few years after, man. I know Art the Clown, and something interesting right here. I pulled it up, right, and you know, of course, before Terrifier, we were introduced to Art the Clown in the movie All Hallows Eve, which I have seen. Obviously, the movie's not exactly about Art the Clown, um, but since a lot of fans, really liked the character, Damien Leone, who is behind the Terrifier movies, he took it upon himself to make like a solo movie of Art the Clown, which, like I said, it worked really good. But something interesting right here, man. I pulled it up. So I guess his other films, Art the Clown was featured, and I have not heard of this one. It's called The Ninth Circle. It came out in 2008. Here, I'll show you guys. So yeah, you see, this is the first one we were introduced to, and then there's this one, The Ninth Circle, 2008, which I have not heard of till right now. So and then they also have a All Hallows Eve 2, which I did see it as well, but I think I don't think I don't think art was included in the second All Hallows Eve. But yeah, man, like I said, it's some pretty damn good news. Pretty damn good news. Terrifier 2 definitely had a bigger release. You could say that had a bigger release than the first one. And this one did well. It did really well in the box office, man. I remember back in October. Back in October when this film came out, man, this was like, in my opinion, this was the movie of the year. If you ask me, there's another film that I just watched for the first time on this list that came out last year, which is a really, it's a film that I wish I would have seen earlier, man, because I remember hearing nothing but positive reviews about, but I just recently bought it on DVD. I'll show you guys that in a bit, but yeah, man, to me, Terrifier 2 was the film of last year, so I could just imagine what the third one's gonna be. Excuse me. Like it says right here on this article, this is by Deadline. It says, details revealed for Terrifier 3 for bigger budget threequel after second film's box office breakout. So yeah, like I said, man, when Terrifier 2 came out, everyone was talking about it. It definitely it opened. It was exposed to a bigger audience because, like I said, the first film I believe was straight to DVD. I could be wrong on that one, but I don't remember hearing about Terrifier back in 2016. Probably like a year or two after. So yeah, Damien Leone and producer Phil Falcon will return to oversee the continuation of the franchise. So that's one thing for sure. Plot is being kept under wraps. But David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, and Lauren Lavera, who plays Sienna in Terrifier 2, is expected to come back. And I hope she does, man, because I loved her. In my opinion, Lauren Lavera is like the new Scream Queen, if you ask me. If not the Scream Queen yet, she is heading towards that way, man, because I think she just killed it. I think Terrifier 2, I feel, really stood out more than the first one, in my opinion. Especially with the main lead, with our heroine, our final girl, man, because she really killed it, So yeah, that's great, and of course they have to continue the story with her and stuff like that. But Joseph, well, I hope you have a good day, man. Definitely hope your day gets better. But yeah, man. Hope you're doing good, though. Hope you're doing good. Tyrese Daniels. Yeah, pretty cool, man. I like the fact that, I mean, of course, we were all expecting it from the success of Terrifier 2. So, for sure, it's great news. And like I said, we were all expecting it. But, of course, it wasn't confirmed until today. That's awesome, Chippy. Yeah, The Hitcher, classic movie, man. I love that movie. I did watch that last week. Yeah, man, I might rewatch that soon because I love that movie so much. If you guys have not seen The Hitcher, go watch it right now, man. It's free on YouTube. Ruben Day Ships, what's up, man? How's it going? Glad you made it to the chat, man. What you think about the upcoming Terrifier 3? Filming is expected to get underway in November or December of this year to be released in late 2024. The Coven will serve as an executive producer and is already getting interest from buyers. So for sure, all different companies, because I believe Terrifier 2 was it's I think it's not like from like a major company, and obviously after the success of this, you got a lot of people interested wanting to like distribute the movie. I believe Terrifier 2 was distributed by Bloody Disgusting, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, the Trico is understood to be getting a budget in the low mid 7-figure range, a significant increase on that of the sequel. Terrifier 2 made around 250K, took more than 15 mil at the global box office, including more than 10 mil in the US for I can't say that. The film, which debuted at Fright Fest and Fantastic Fest last year, was noted for its gore and for leaning into the old school practical effects. So yeah, man, like I said, this was really praised with positive reviews, man. And like I said, one thing famous for the Terrifier movies, even in the first one, you know, it's definitely more of a brutal. A more gruesome, brutal type of, you know, more than your ordinary slasher film. So yeah, they definitely go more hardcore with the effects, more hardcore with the kills and all that. So I think that's what really made it stood out. Some people consider Terrifier 2 kind of like a torture porn kind of thing. And I do see it, yes. You could say in some part, like, not some parts, pretty much the whole movie, it's like over the top gore and all that good stuff. But overall, the story, the build up. This is last night when I rewatched this movie. It's my third time watching it. There's a few things. It's not a perfect movie. It's not a perfect movie. You guys could go check out my Terrifier 2 movie review I did, you know, right after I saw the movie. It's not a perfect movie. I will say it's a good build-up, but I will say by the third act, the final act, you know, it does get a little bit, like, all over the place, but overall, it's still a really good, fun movie, man, for sure. And like I said, just the fact that this third Terrifier movie is getting a bigger budget, obviously because of the success of this, should tell a lot. Should say a lot because it definitely is gonna improve at some points. I hope that, you know, you could say there is some worries, or not really. I wouldn't say worries. You know, we just gotta wait till the film comes out. But I really hope they're still gonna keep pushing it. Like it says right here, it will continue to push boundaries for sure. But I hope the storytelling, the storyline, is still under, you know, it's in a good build up. It's in a good smooth place. I know at the end of Terrifier 2, we were kind of left with like a post credit scene, which is a good way to start off the third film. And I really hope they, like I said, it's more of an improved, a wider film. So for sure, man, I really can't wait. I really can't wait. Infinity Dragon, what's up, man? The actor who played Art the Clown played the Grinch in the Grinch horror movie. Oh yeah, that's very true, man. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. They did make. Did they make? I can't even talk right now. They did make a horror movie, Grinch. You know, Grinch. I know they did the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. but I totally forgot about the Grinch one. But yes, you're right. What was his name? David Howard Horton. He did play the Grinch. That's right. Um, Porn star PS3 in the back. Yeah, man. As you guys can see, I still have it on. I actually, before I started the live stream, I did watch a movie. It's a new movie that I just my brother just bought, and it's kind of I'll show you guys right now, for sure. It's an interesting movie. I want to see if you guys have seen it. I was late to the party when it came to Terrifier. It was out of the theater, so I ended up getting both films on Apple TV. Same here, man. Like I said, I don't remember hearing about Terrifier back in 2016. I probably watched it like a year or 2 years after. Um, and I remember at one point it was free on YouTube. The first movie. Not it wasn't like as high quality, but I remember rewatching it a few times on YouTube. And it says right here, man, it's free on Peacock. Right now, it's free on Peacock, on the Roku channel, which I do have on Redbox. I might rewatch it. I do own. I want to rebuy the first Terrifier on Blu-ray or DVD, because I do have the first Terrifier, but it's like a Region 2 release. I'm not sure if it would work like on my PS3, because it's not a US release. But yeah, I might rebuy the first Terrifier, man, for sure. But yeah, same here, man. I was late for the party, man. I remember, and of course, when Terrifier 2 came out, we all knew, we all were wide aware of it. Um, I know there was I know many people were introduced to Art the Clown, to Terrifier, because of Terrifier 2, for sure. It gained more fans, it was exposed to a wider audience, so for sure. And I believe Terrifier 2 was released in a few theaters. Like it wasn't like a big worldwide release, if I'm not mistaken. It was only like premiering in a few selected theaters. But due to the success, man, at the end of the month, by the end of October, man, they were like showing it in mostly all theaters. Because I remember, when Terrifier 2 came out, I was gonna go check it out in the theater, of course, but it wasn't playing in the usual movie theaters I go to. AMC, I don't think AMC theaters had it. And there's a few more that are like closer to my area that I usually go to, and they weren't playing at these theaters. But it was playing at this one theater. It's called Regal Theaters. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It was playing in that theater. That was like the closest theater I was able to check it out, which is only like 5-10 minutes away. So that's cool, for sure, man. But I just bought Evil Dead Rise on Blu-ray, but it doesn't come out until June 27, 2023. Yeah, man. That I did hear that. I did hear it's coming out in June. Where did you buy it? Did you buy it in the store, online? Because I can't wait to own that. I can't wait to own Evil Dead Rise. Um, I know with Halloween Ends, I remember when Halloween Ends came out, I was able to get it like a week early, at Walmart, which was like kind of weird. But that's interesting, man. That's interesting. I was gonna go to Best Buy, as a matter of fact, today, see their new releases, but then I just didn't have the time. I watched the first one and I thought it was okay. Then I saw the second one and I thought it was awesome. After rewatching the first one, yeah, for sure, for sure. I could feel that, Stereo Crow. Yeah, because the first one was just like, you could say, like I said, kind of like a low budget thing. It was whatever's. I know the first one still had, the over the top kills, the goriness to it. And like I said, I just feel Terrifier 2 really um, gave it more of an audience. It grew more of a fan base. So for sure, a lot of people are going back, checking out the first movie. And yeah, man, Art the Clown, in my opinion, is definitely going down as it's funny because I remember back in October when the reviews were coming in for Terrifier 2, everyone was saying like, "Oh, Art the Clown, he's like our new horror, he's our new icon of horror, of Halloween." Man, I know Michael Myers. We all love Myers, man. Myers is the man. He's the icon of Halloween. But that Halloween Ends, man, was a shitty representative that Terrifier 2 fucking took over. Art the Clown took over last year, last Halloween. Not even my boy Myers could do that with the shitty film they came out with. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I think Art the Clown is definitely going down as a horror icon with all our, favorites. Because I just think his character, there's like this mysterious, and I hope they keep it that way. I know they kind of try to. There's a few questions that were asked that by the end of Terrifier 2. Um, we were asking a few questions. Even Terrifier 1, there was a few questions that we were like, huh? With the story here and there. Some of them weren't really answered in the second film. So I hope that's a good build up for the third film. I hope that third film does fill in a lot of blanks. I know there's some type of connection with Lauren and, something with the murders from the first movie. Like, there's that connection where we don't really know exactly what it is, but I hope part 3 does a good job on covering that, on exploring that. And I know in the post-credit scene, Terrifier 2, there was like the deformed girl, which I think the third film will focus more on her, because I believe she was in the first one. She was doing like interviews. We see a little, glimpses of her. And I really hope they gamble into that and they have like a good explanation, man. But I have good hopes, man. I have good good I mean, unless it goes downhill, could be, man. But I think they're on good track right now. I think they're on a good track. Of course, like I said, it's a bigger budget. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have more intense kills. But yeah, I really hope they do a good job on the storytelling as well, man. For sure. Have you seen a movie called Kick-Ass? Is a superhero movie. I have not seen it, but yes, I've heard of it. I heard of it. I believe um I forget her name. The girl who plays Carrie in the remake, she's in those movies, right? If I'm not mistaken. But no, I actually have not seen them. I have not seen them. I got a Blu-ray for Terrifier off of Walmart. Same with Terrifier 2 Steelbook. That was exclusive to Walmart. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I don't think I never saw the Steelbook. Did I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I picked this one up. I have the 4K. With this dope artwork, man. With, of course, damn, I just think she's sexy. Personally, I love this girl, man. Lauren, I forget her last name. I'm sorry, baby. But hey, she kills it, man. She kills it. But I really do like this artwork. It's like the slip cover. Then right here is like the main movie poster. So yeah, man, for sure. I thought Terrifier 2 was a pretty good film, Like I said, I rewatched it for the third time last night. It still remains positive, for sure. It still remains a good film, a great sequel. But I don't know if it will land in my top 10 sequels. I'm not too sure about that one. But have you seen American Horror Story? I believe I own the first season on Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I saw a little bit of the second one. It could be, I don't remember, man. It's been a while since I seen them, but yeah, I think I've seen like the first 2 seasons. I bought it at a DVD store near me, and the movie is great, 4K clear, and nothing wrong with it. Oh, that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. Yeah, man. I know it's barely tomorrow, first day of June. And then, on 27th it comes out, it gets its official release. I can't wait, man. I thought Evil Dead Rise was a pretty damn good movie, especially since we haven't seen Evil Dead in a while. But yeah, I really liked the new Evil Dead movie. They couldn't wait for Halloween to end. Yeah, man, that's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's always dope when you get like early releases, And like I said, the other time, man. I found it kind of weird. I don't know if it has to do with uh uh the whole streaming thing, but I find it kind of weird how Evil Dead Rise, um, which I remember just came out April 10th, right? In April, yes. It just came out not too long ago. I remember seeing that movie in theaters not too long ago. It's weird how that is getting the Blu-ray release first, then Scream 6. Scream 6 has been out since March. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know if, like I said, I know Scream 6 went to streaming, uh, you know, not too long ago. So I don't know if it has to do with that. It's probably a marketing strategy. But yeah, man. Get the Art the Clown costume. I was thinking about it, man. I was definitely thinking about it yesterday when I was watching the movie. I have the mask, Trick or Treat Studios. I have the bloody version. But yeah, man, I might put together a costume. Who knows? I know Trick or Treat Studios does. They also release the official costume. So yeah, man, maybe that's a possibility. Baba Scott one. Haven't you seen my fan made adult thriller film? Terry, yeah, making a sequel. It'll begin filming. Oh, okay. No, I have not seen it, man. I have not seen it. I know you. Yeah, you've been telling me for a while. Um, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I'll check it out for sure, man. No worries. I'll let you know. Um, what I think about it. Or I mean, you're working on it right now, right? I think he's working on it right now. But yeah, man, for sure. I'll check it out. No worries. Halloween H2O will always be my Halloween end. Yeah, to me, I really feel H2O. It's not like a lot of people. It's a good film. It's a good film, but I don't think it's as great as a lot of people. And this is my personal opinion. I don't think it's as great as like um I don't know, man. It was just I know it kind of feels like a Scream movie. They kind of went the Scream style. I like personally I like H2O more than the 2018 film, than the new Halloweens for sure. Um, like I don't know, it just felt really similar. It just felt really similar, man. To 2018. Even people I wasn't alive at the time. I wasn't born yet when H2O came out, but I heard people say, man, that it was kind of similar the way they planned it. Supposedly H2O was like the direct sequel to the original. It was supposedly going to be the last Halloween movie. And just like 2018, H2O was a great comeback. Especially since Scream had just broke the charts. Scream, the original, they kind of took that similar style for H2O. And like I said, Scream, man, 1996 is one of those films that really evolved, revolutionized the horror genre, the horror slasher genre. So with H2O, they kind of took that similar route, and it worked. It was a pretty successful movie. Why do you think we got Resurrection? And that's another thing. Same thing with 2018. It was supposedly going to be the last Halloween movie, direct sequel. Um, it broke charts. It broke charts. It was really successful, and we got two more crappy films. Well, I don't think Kills is crappy. It's I don't know. I just Ends is terrible. Ends is terrible. But Eight Kills, I could give it a pass, but it's still like like I still can't. Like my brother the other day, man. He's like, let's watch Halloween Kills. I thought he said Ends for a minute. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And then he's like, no, kills. I meant kills. And I'm like I don't, I don't want, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Uh, Yeah, man, for sure. Resurrection is just, I don't know, it's just weird. I didn't really like the whole found footage thing. I honestly, I feel killing Jamie Lee Curtis in the first 20 minutes was a mistake. Personally, me, I know, I don't know. I just feel like, what was the point for the rest of the movie, you know? But, but yeah, it's just like, even people were saying, man, like I said, I've seen like reviews and stuff like that who were who actually experienced and witnessed the impact, you could say, the release of H2O. People were saying, man, that was the perfect ending. Like they really did not need a follow up. Of course, by Jamie Lee Curtis chopping off his head. People said, man, I've heard people say at the movie theater, people were clapping. Like that was just a great ending. But of course, that's when resurrection comes into the play. Um, and supposedly, that was like a fake Michael Myers. It wasn't the actual one. But yeah, man. I mean, it's interesting, But yeah, H2O and H40, H 2018 go like hand in hand because they're like kind of similar if you ask me. I like I said, I like H2O a little better, you know. Even though they read it the Halloween series a bunch of times, I'm glad we got those different versions because we got a variety. Yeah, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, H2O is not one of my favorites, but it's still like a decent film I could watch. Even Resurrection, it's a joke. That movie's a joke, but when it's playing like on AMC during Halloween time, when they do the Halloween marathon, I just watch it. It's like a guilty pleasure. Like it's not like I have pleasure watching it. Like it's not like I like watching this shitty movie, but I just watch it, man, for shits and giggles. You have Buster Rhymes in there. It's just funny, man. But yeah, for sure. And I feel we've gotten worse. I mean, let me think about that. I mean, Resurrection is probably my second worst or third worst. But I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying though. Porn star, for sure. I like Ends probably because I knew what was gonna happen. Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know. It was just really weird, man. I remember when I went to go see Ends. I was like, I got there pretty early. For the screening, and yeah, we were there like 30 minutes, probably almost an hour early from the timing, from the showing we were going to. And I remember, man, like once we got there, I was like, I literally walked in. I walked into the theater, and it was literally playing the ending of Halloween Ends. So I kind of regret it because I was like, I knew how he died. Because yeah, I literally watched the ending from the previous showing, because I had peeped in there and I saw how they killed Myers, and I kind of regret it because after that, man, I was like, okay, like yeah, it was weird. H2O was my first Halloween movie, so it has a place in my heart. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a memorable movie, especially because like I said, it is like a lot of people's like you said, Chippy, it's like a lot of people's like first, you could say, introduction to Halloween. So yeah, for sure. It definitely, I think H2O has like a really great like 90s feel. Like I said, it kind of feels like Scream, you know? So for sure, I could definitely see that. I think for me, I'm gonna tell you, Chippy, I'm gonna tell you guys, for me, the one that is really like special, that will always remain like special for me is, other than the original, of course, but H4, Halloween 4, man. That was like one of the early Halloween films I was introduced. So yeah, I think they didn't want Michael to go away yet, but hey, we still got some good movies. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, most of the Halloween movies are like guilty pleasures, man. Like Halloween 5. Perfect example. Halloween 5, not the greatest film. There's just a lot of problems with that movie, but I really, I still happen to, kind of enjoy it. Not enjoy it, but I still watch it, like a guilty pleasure because it just really reminds me of like the old school Myers films. the old school Halloween films. So yeah, that's pretty cool for sure. Kills, I think, is cinema. I don't care. I loved it. Yeah, for sure. Kills, it did its job. Definitely did its job. It did what a sequel was supposed to do, man. For sure. I could agree on that one. I like I said, I rather watch Kills than Ends. I do have a few issues with Kills, but it's not as trash compared to Ends, man, for sure. Machete Slasher, what's up, dude? What's up, man? How's it going? Um, just here, man, talking horror, man. Terrifier 3. What do you think about that, man? I'm excited. I really am looking forward to Terrifier 3 simply because, I thought Terrifier 2 was a pretty damn good sequel, man. It's a pretty damn good sequel. It was a great follow up. Like I said, it's a great it's a great they stepped up their game for sure from the first one. And it's crazy, man, that this third film is getting a bigger budget due to the success of part two. Um, I think I saw the budget of Terrifier 2 not too long ago. It made its money back. It made a little more budget. Oh yeah, budget is 250,000. Box office over 15 mil. So hey, man, there's potential. There's been potential. Like I said, the first Terrifier was at the time you could say underrated because, like I said, I was late to the party. Like a lot of us, I didn't see. I don't remember hearing about Terrifier when it came out. I remember seeing it like a year or two after. So yeah, I always say this. I think Terrifier 2 was a great. It introduced a lot of people. This was the first time people heard of Art the Clown. So it did its job. It definitely did its job, and like I said, I think there's potential there for what's it called, for a series, or of course now it's a trilogy, uh, which in my opinion they should probably keep it that way. It all depends how 3 plays out. But hey, you never know. We might get more after 3. But hey, man, a really nice trilogy would be dope, man. I think it's and that's one thing I like, man, is that Damien Leone, they really take their time. It looks like they really, and of course this is his own movie. This is like his creation. Art the Clown is his creation. So it's not like they're making a movie on a character that's been done before. This is like his own thing. So you could tell he really cares about. He really puts his ideas together. He puts his passion into these projects, and you could tell, especially with part 2, man. Really fun movie. You could tell, man, right off the bat. So for sure, Halloween Kills in the beginning was going to be my favorite. Yeah, that's very true. I'll give you some positives on Kills. I like how they continue right after the first one. Because I remember being disappointed at the ending of 2018. Because it just ended like this. With the Strodes like driving away in the what was it, the cop car or the ambulance? And it just zooms into them and it ends. I was disappointed. I was like, really? That's it? Um so yeah, I like how Kills starts like right from that ambulance where they're in the back. Of course, that's when the firefighter, which I thought was another good scene. The whole firefighter sequence. Um, it might be a little bit out of the ordinary for Myers, because I totally got like Jason vibes from that scene, but it was still dope. Seeing Michael kick some ass, man, because he was a beast. He was a beast, man, for sure. Really, really brings up that good debate or that good conversation with, I remember at the time a lot of people were asking me, who do you think will win, Rob Zombie's version of Michael Myers, or James Jude Courtney's version of Michael Myers? That's a great question, man, because yeah, they definitely made, I feel, of course, in the Blumhouse Halloween, with Halloween Kills, they made him brutal. They made him more of a beast. But I'm not sure, because Rob Zombie did his own version, like his style of Michael Myers, which is more gory and all that. But yeah, like I said, overall it was still dope seeing James Jude Courtney as Myers kick ass, man, for sure. Another positive I got for Kills is the flashback scene. That's one thing I was really like. Kills really kind of fell in, like it filled some of the blanks for me. Like a lot of stuff I was expecting with 2018 or that I wanted to see in 2018. It really happened in Kills, like with the flashback scene. It was just dope, man. It was just, and I think they did a good job on capturing that the '78 feeling, the '78 cinematography, with the blue lighting and stuff like that. So yeah, I really did like that, man. I like how we got a glimpse at '78 again. Which, like I said, it's something I was expecting or I was looking forward to in 2018, since that was the direct sequel. But yeah, man. I mean, what's more positives? I mean, Myers, he was a badass, man. He was a badass. Of course, in 2018, he wasn't the beast that he was in Kills, because in 2018 he did have some pretty cool kills, but they still kind of wanted to capture that 70, the way he walks and stuff like that. They wanted to capture like that figure in '78, which I think they did a good job. But with Kills, they definitely made him like a killing beast, man. I just wasn't the biggest fan how, they I wasn't too crazy about how they literally beat the shit out of him. They shot him, and then he gets up like nothing and kills all of them. Like I found that kind of like whatever's, but yeah, Halloween 5 is the worst for me. I could see, man. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of 5. Like I said, it's kind of more of like a guilty pleasure, simply because it's like Halloween 4. Like it's like Halloween 5 is one of those that I grew up, like one of the first few Halloweens I grew up with. So I just like that nostalgia feeling, even though the story, um, not the greatest. It went downhill with the story. I think That's why I say, when people ask me, "What do you like to see?" After, what would I like to see from the Halloween series from now on? I always say this, even though I'm not, it might not be a possibility. I think there is, to a lot of people don't see it, but I see it, honestly, is a direct sequel to Halloween 4. Honestly, I feel they should ignore Halloween 5, just like they ignored Halloween 2 with the 2018 movie, which is a great sequel in my opinion. Better sequel than the 2018. If they could ignore Halloween 2, I think they could ignore Halloween 5, man. Because yeah, Halloween 5 wasn't the greatest. It's always, people's like least favorite, one of their least favorites. So yeah, I personally think they could do it. But yeah, it's interesting, man, for sure. Who would win in a fight, Art the Clown or Jason Voorhees? Good question, man. Man, Art is crazy. Art is crazy, man. I'm gonna have to go with Art, honestly. Hold on, let me think about it. I'm gonna have to stick to Art, man. Honestly, because I don't know. I just feel like he's just like one this crazy who don't give a shit, for real. Jason, oh, okay, for sure. I mean, yeah, we all have our opinion. I mean, like I said, I kind of have to double think it right now. Like, hmm. That'll be one interesting one, man. Because they're both brutal. They're both brutal, for sure. Jason is brutal as well. I think it also kind of has to do. I think it kind of depends on which Jason we're talking about. Like, for example, Kane Hodder Jason versus Art. I could see Kane Hodder holding it down. I could see Derek Mears Jason. Yeah, man, for sure. That's a good question, though. That's a good. Yeah, a lot of ever since Art the Clown really became this horror icon, man. A lot of people, like I said, they're putting him up there with our icons. So I think Art the Clown definitely has surpassed a lot of these guys, man. He's killing it. He's killing the game right now when it comes to the slasher genre. for sure. H5, a childhood movie for me. Same here, man. Same here. Not the greatest film, but I still like watching it, because nostalgic reasons. And yes, I remember watching 4 and 5 like back to back as a kid, man. And yeah, it's just. I also like the soundtrack. I like the score in H5. I showed my two friends. Interesting. That's interesting, Stereo Crow. Yeah, I mean, it it's like I'm not sure if they've seen any of the Halloween movies, but I think if you really show, like, if you show someone, like, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who saw the Blumhouse trilogy, like you could say regular moviegoers, regular audience, like not necessarily horror fans. They were introduced to Myers. They seen Halloween for the first time. Um, you know, they really they get something out of the trilogy because of course it's more of a modern, updated version for sure. But that's interesting, man. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, that's a perfect example, man, of each and every one of us having different opinions. I mean, yeah. I've seen. I mean, as a matter of fact, you might be the first one who tells me that you have a friend who considers ends as their favorite. Like, yes, even from back then when it came out, I don't remember. I don't remember hearing a lot of people giving positive on ends. I mean, yes, I've always heard positive when it comes to the character development, like we talked about with the Corey character. But as a movie, man, yeah, I remember hearing mostly negative reviews. But a show was like Scream, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, man, a lot of those like take a look at films after '96, kind of similar style. So yeah, they definitely a lot of filmmakers did take inspiration from Scream because it was definitely a game changer, man. It was a game changer. Made me sit down and watch their. I saw the red tree and they're going. Oh, okay, okay. Stereo Crow. That's interesting, man. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how by a simple figure, and I know which one you're talking about. I would love to have that. I would love to. I've seen it at a few collectible shops near me. I believe it goes for like I think 150 or 200. $200, man. But I think it's worth the money. I think it's definitely worth the money. But yeah, I would love to own that figure, man. The Trick or Treat Studios retro Art the Clown figure. Yeah, man, that thing looks dope. I would love to have that on display. But yeah, that's great, man. That's great. I was at work watching the 2018 one, and I was like, damn, I don't even remember anything about this movie. Yeah, yeah, that's true, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Blumhouse films are kind of forgettable. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just like Kills is kind of forgettable for me, a little bit. Ends for sure. I don't recall nothing about Ends other than some of the Corey segments and the way they shitted on Myers. You know, but yeah, I just feel the new Blumhouse films don't have what those old films do. Like Halloween 5, like we mentioned, crappy film, um, crappy story, but it's still memorable, man. Hell yeah. H6, which, like I said, has grown on me for sure, but has grown on me throughout the years, man. Like I said, at one point, H6 was my worst. Was my worst because I hated the whole Thorn thing. The Cole. You know, they killed Jamie. I don't know. I just never liked it like that. But after rewatching it, it has grown on me. It has grown on me for sure. That's dope, man. That's dope, Stereo Crow. Yeah, Evil Dead, great series, man. I think every horror fan, every not just horror fan, I think every movie fan should definitely give those films a watch. You know, because they definitely do the job. You know. I was Yeah, porn star. Yeah, I agree though. I agree. I think they're just not like there's like I'm trying to think of particular scenes that stand out. Like obviously I could remember a few things about them, but it's not things that I'll be like, "Oh shit, like that's great," or "I love that scene. I love that feeling." I just can't, man. I just really can't. There's some cool scenes, like I said, Michael kicking ass and kills, but it's just not one of those like good feeling you feel, you know. So yeah, it's just like I don't know, something was always off to me with the Blumhouse films, you know. Even with 2018, obviously 2018 is the better one, but there was something off to me, you know. Nostalgia is better than weed. Oh hell yeah, man, I definitely agree, because nostalgia is really like, I don't know, it just takes you back in time, you know. And I don't know, it just really like, even by a certain smell, like you have, like let's say you have a cologne, you know, you smell that, it takes you back to a certain time in your life. Like really, like I think that's what movies do as well, man. I think that's what nostalgia. I agree for sure. I finally bought Halloween 4 and 5 to complete collection. Oh, that's dope, man. That's great. Yeah, man, those are must have for sure. Yeah, I remember 4 and 5 and the original being like the first. I remember buying 4 and 5 like on a double pack at Walmart back in the day. But yeah, man, interesting stuff. Give it about 10 to 15 years and everyone is going to be dressed up as Art the Clown. Yeah, man, give it a few more years. Just give it a few more years. Even though I feel Art the Clown now, he's an icon, or he's on his way to being like an icon, like Freddy, Jason. But yes, sooner or later, everyone's gonna be dressed up. Just like, I don't know if you guys seen this. To me, from what I've seen, I think Ghostface is the most popular one. Other than Meyer, I think Ghostface is the more popular one, at least from what my personal experience. Because I remember even at school, when I was in school, you know, as a kid from elementary, middle school, even though middle school and high school is not really a thing no more, you know, when it comes to Halloween, you know, in elementary school, I remember every damn year, man, there would be a lot of ghost faces, a lot of people dressed up as Ghostface. There was only like a few, maybe one or two, mostly just one, Myers, one Jason, you know. And there'll be some years where no one dresses up as Freddy or Jason or Myers, you know. But there's always Ghostface. I don't know if that's the same case in your guys' side of town, you know. But for me, from what I've seen, like I said, from personal experience, I feel Ghostface is like the most popular one, you know, because everyone's dressing up as him. So I could see where you're coming from. Yes, in many years to come, people are gonna look at these films, and yeah, he's definitely gonna be an icon, like our a lot of our favorite characters. You know what I mean? Halloween 5 can't be forgettable with that witch. Yeah, man. Honestly, that's my worst part of H5. Other than the story, it's the terrible mask, man. You know, and obviously, like you guys know, I'm a completist. I'm a collector, but I still haven't bought that H5 mask, man. I do think about it. Don't get me wrong. I do think about getting that H5, man, just to have it in the collection, just to have it with my other Myers masks, you know, to give you guys a review on it. But it's just that I'm not like in a rush to get it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't know. Like sometimes I do think of buying it, of ordering it, but I'm just not the biggest fan of the of the H5 mask. Um, I don't know, man. It's just a shitty. Yeah, exactly. It looks like a witch. I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. What I can say though, I can't wait for those Rob Zombie masks that Trick or Treat Studios is about to release. I can't wait for those, man. I'm definitely gonna be getting the first one and the second one. You know, even though I have the 2007 Fun World, I believe it's Fun World, um, Myers mask, and then the other one is Ruby's, the H2, the bloody one is Ruby's. But hell yeah, man, I think it's about time. I think it's about time that and I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years. You guys could look back at my videos or whatever. I would always say Trick or Treat Studios would kill it if they do the Rob Zombie masks. If they get the license for them one day. Yeah. So I can't wait for those. I'm more itching to get those than the H5 mask, you know? And same thing with the H2O and Resurrection, man. Not the I wasn't the biggest fan of the mask in H2O. I know they use like three different versions, and I think they use like a CGI version, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Even those, Halloween 5, H2O, and Resurrection are the only masks I need to complete my Myers collection, my Myers mask collection. But I've never been in a rush to get those, man, because I'm just not the biggest fan of them. You know, not the biggest fan of them. So, yeah, but I can't wait for those Rob Zombie masks, for sure. I be saying the same thing, people thinking I'm tripping. I'm like, damn, this perfume takes me back when I was a kid, man. Yeah, man. Like, there's a certain one I have, or I don't have. I kind of try to get one that's similar, but I can't just find the one that was actual the one. It just takes me back, man, to school. Like, really. Hey, same. I'd be thinking I'm tripping too, man. Like, is it just me, or am I just, or is this the case? But yeah, man. Even with a simple perfume, simple smell, a song, a movie, it just takes you back to a certain place in your life, man. I think that's wonderful. That's great. Stereo Crow, yeah, same here, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. My brother, as you guys know, my brother's the gamer. He's gonna get it for sure, and he told me, I think he said there was gameplays on YouTube. I'm not sure. But he said there was like they're like testing the game or whatever right now. Cause it's about to come out. It's about to come out in August, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, I hope it's more better than the previous ones we've gotten, like Evil Dead and stuff. Oh yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yeah, man, that's another good one. I think that'll be another great gameplay if you ask me. Just because the whole concept of Killer Clowns from Outer Space is just like it's so universal. It's just like so. It's a fun movie. So yeah, I think it'll be great for a video game. Yeah, man, the H5. It's just shit. They delayed the Killer Clowns game. Oh really? Really? Oh, damn. Oh, really, man? Yeah, I know a lot of these games. I remember Texas Chainsaw was being delayed quite a few times. Even the Evil Dead game, if I'm not mistaken, it got delayed like quite a few times. I guess it's the development or whatever. But I just hope the Rob Zombie masks are not too pricey. I actually looked, man, the other day on their website because I believe they're up for pre-order, if I'm not mistaken. I believe because the average price in any Myers mask or any Tots mask, the average price is $60. $60, which or actually here I'll look right now. I saw the Rob Zombie Halloween 1 mask. That one was gonna be regular price. Regular price. I mean, um, so it's gonna be like $59.99. But the one that I saw that was a bit more pricey, I think it's like $69.99, is the H2 mask. I'm not sure why. I remember when Kills came, when they released the Halloween Kills mask. I remember they did step up the price. They did put the price up, because of course the 2018 regular regular size mask, or not even a regular size mask, but you know, it was regular priced as a regular Trick or Treat Studios mask, you know, $60. And then for kills, they brought up the price to 70. And then with ends, which was crazy. I remember a lot of people didn't buy that mask for that simple reason. They literally, I know on eBay they're cheaper now. They're about 60, $70. But when the ends mask came out, damn dude, those masks were like $79.99, $80 at the, what's it called? At the Halloween stores, Party City. Look, like, check it out. So yeah, we got the first one is gonna be $60. Halloween 2, which these are the ones I'm really looking forward to getting for sure. You see this one's $70, and then we got the regular clean Myers mask, $60, and then we got the ripped one, which is 70. I kind of want this one. I want both. I want this one as well, but I also want this one because I want to put together a Hobo Myers cosplay, and also something pretty cool. They're gonna be releasing the Bowie knife. That's what's it called, right? The Bowie knife from that the Hobo Myers uses. So yeah, man, that's pretty cool. So maybe, but I'm for sure gonna get the first one first, the first Halloween one, the 2007 one. I'm gonna get that one first, and then right after I'm gonna get the Halloween 2, and then maybe sometime after that, like I said, I'm probably not in a rush to get it, but hopefully in the future I get the you know, with the ripped. I know it's like half a mask, and it's crazy, $70 for half a mask. I might do it. I'm not sure yet, but for sure I'm gonna get the main two, for sure. It looks really damn good, man, especially the 2007 one, because the Fun World one, it wasn't that great. Don't get me wrong. Back in 2013 when they came out with them, I was fucking excited, man, because I remember I was still a kid, obviously. I remember going to Party City, and I remember wanting the Rob Zombie mask for years. And then this particular day, I remember it was August. Yeah, it was August. Because I always remember in August, I know it's still a little early for Halloween, but they already have you know, stuff out at Party City by August time. And I remember going to Party City, man, one August in 2013, and damn, man, I got excited as hell when I seen that Rob Zombie mask, the Fun World one. You know, because like I said, I've never seen, like, you know, I believe they had one Dom Post. I think it was Dom Post, the one before the Fun World one. And obviously at that time, you know, I never ordered stuff online, so it was kind of hard for me to get my hands on a Rob Zombie mask. So when I saw that, man, I got hella excited, and I bought it. It was $30. Hell yeah. So yeah, I think and I know they rarely make Rob Zombie masks. They rarely make them. I think Dom Post made a few. They made one for the first one and the second one, which is the one that I have, the bloody one. I'm not sure if that's Dom Post or Ruby's. I can't recall. But yeah, then they made those, and then they made the Fun World one, the one that I'm talking about, back in 2013. And yeah, since then we haven't got like an official licensed Rob Zombie mask till now. You know, it's dope that Todd's got the license. I know throughout the years there's been a lot of great ones, but they're usually like by independent artists, you know, indie artists, which they do a great job. But obviously those are a little bit more pricey, not as affordable. But yeah, man, I'm excited. It was supposed to come out early this year, but they updated the date on stream just to say 2023. Interesting, man. That's interesting. You still need the CGI mask. Yeah, man. I think Trick or Treat Studios even has that one. They released both versions that they used in the movie. They have the CGI one, which is like it looks crazy. Here, I don't know if Trick or Treat Studio still has them. Oh yeah, look here we go. This is the version 2, which is the CGI mask. Look at that thing, man. So this is the main one, H2O. And we have the version 2, which is the CGI. The CGI, man. Look, dude, look at that. It's literally all the way down to the neck. Michael has a white neck. That's crazy. Yeah, like I said, never been in a rush to get these. I like the regular one, the regular version. I like it, but it's like I don't know. I barely have space too. You know, my Michael Myers mask section is like full. You know. But yeah, for sure. Maybe after I get the Rob Zombie masks, I'll probably get the H2O. I'll probably get the H2O before I get the 5 or the Resurrection. But yeah, that's true, porn star. Yeah, a lot of you cause yeah, the delays are good. You know, especially with movies and games. I think it's not a lot of people get bummed out, and you know, I do understand because it's like we gotta wait longer, but I think sometimes it's just for the better, you know, because I guess they take their time more. But oh shit, that's crazy, Stereo Crow. Yeah, my brother was telling me, man, that he's seen like something like how they were already testing it. But that's crazy, man. That if that's the case, if it's better than Dead by Daylight, hey, I think we got something good on our hands, man. And yeah, Dead by Daylight is considered like the best horror game. But then they apologize. Always be a day one when they really could have just took more time on perfect thing. Yeah, that's true, man. That's one thing too. I feel like a lot of um I just think people should take their time. You know, I just think people they take their time. I feel they rush. That's why I always say never set a release date if you're not done with your project. I used to do that a lot, man. I remember back in the days when I used to do fan films. I don't know if you guys remember, but um I had like all these freaking projects planned, man. And before I'm even freaking done filming, I'll set like a freaking release date, you know? Which is like you could say it's good because obviously you gotta it sets you a limit, like a dead end. But I just feel when you have that limit, when you have that dead end that you gotta meet, I think that's when you start rushing shit. So yeah, it's better to just take your time, you know, because yes, a lot of people, a lot of stuff, even with movies, games, they're just trying to have it out. Like for example, The Exorcist Believer, the remake or the direct sequel that's coming out this year. I feel it's just a rush, man. I just feel they're rushing it because since this year is the 50th anniversary of the classic Exorcist. I just feel they're rushing it, man, to get something for the 50th anniversary. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, like I just think stuff like this should be taken time with, especially games, especially when it comes to video games. The one with half a face better be a lot cheaper. I think it's $70 as well, man. Yeah, it's $70. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. $70 for a freaking half a mask. Yeah, I think it should be at least 40, man. How the heck? Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Both H2 masks are 70, which is crazy, you know. So yeah, I probably won't. I'll probably see like once time goes on, they'll probably charge them cheaper on eBay, you know, especially with the half masks. I don't mind paying $70 for the main version with the blood, but I don't know. That's a little. It's out of my league to pay 70 for half a mask. You know, like let's be serious here. Oh yeah, for sure, Chippy. Yeah, I think that's one thing they improved with the ends mask is the hairline. Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people like. That's one of the main issues Trick or Treat Studios has had throughout the years with their products, with their Myers masks, or like the hairline and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope they do. Hope they do a good job. That wasn't the CGI. That was the first mask they used for the door window scene until they changed it. Oh, really? The one was called Alien Mask. Yeah, I know they have like three. I think they have like three. But yeah, man, it's just like I don't know. I just always found it weird how they use like three different masks for the H2O. Like I said, the one CGI, which was probably the worst one. Um, damn, what the hell? All right, so look, there's this one, which is I think this one, the one that we just saw, and then there's this one. Damn, dude, what the hell? The alien mask, yeah. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Yes. I don't know. I just think they should have stuck to one mask. Um, but yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. How I mean, I know Tots is pretty good. They're like even $60. It's a good price for I've known that mask for I mean, I've I think $60 is a good price for a replica, you know, for an officially licensed replica mask. But I think when even with the ends mask, when that shit was like, it came out to be $80, I was like, really? Even though, like I said, it's still a decent price for an officially licensed mask, but I just think that's too much. I just think that's too much. Like I said, even 70, I don't mind. I know these are like the prices. Excuse me. I know these are the prices in the beginning, you know, because of course the hype is there. They're brand new. They're gonna try to, you know, like I said, the ends mask right now is probably $60 on eBay. I'm not sure, $70, but yeah, at first it was $80. You know, so yeah, probably once you know time goes on, I'll probably snag one of those for you know once they lower the prices. But I've known that. Oh yeah, that's true. Stereo, the KMB mask. Yeah, that's very true. I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah, that they have the of course the CGI version and then the KMB version. So yeah, because I believe one of them was done post, right? They use like a done post mask. But that's wild that they agreed to film. Yeah, dude. Whoever greenlit this, I don't know what they were on, man. Like, think about it. You have this film you're doing. It's a major comeback. It's a major comeback to a classic, iconic series. And then for them to do some stuff like that, like, and I know there's a story behind it. Yeah, dude, the Halloween 6 mask was one of the best masks, Trick or Treat Studios wise. Like, I think in the movie it was pretty good. I just feel like Myers in H6 was a bit chunky. It was a little bit off at certain points, but the mask, the release of the mask, was probably one of Trick or Treat Studios' best Myers masks for sure. Oh shit! But to my knowledge, this is what happened. Yeah, I know there's a story. I heard it too. I just don't recall it. I heard something like um got my 78 mask right here. I saw it like in a documentary, man. Like the whole reasoning behind the mask change. I just don't recall it. Here we go. H6 mask. Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting that the H6 mask was actually gonna make a return for H2O, which even in the movie, Even in the movie, it's not. It's a pretty good mask, you know. So yeah, okay, that I see now. I see now. Yeah, they brought KMB into the picture. Interesting, man. That's interesting because yeah, um, I heard something like some shit went down like behind the scenes, with the director and the studio, but I wasn't exactly sure, you know. But yeah, that does explain it. To make the mask that would please both do, and they were. That's crazy. Yeah, they're like fuck it, we're too lazy. Let's just use CGI. Fuck it. But yeah, I heard that. I even heard, I think they weren't like agreeing on the mask. They were saying like, from my knowledge, from what I remember, they just couldn't come to terms with one particular mask, you know. And I think they redid the mask like twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, for sure, man. It's a kind of rare when stuff like that happens, you know, because throughout these movies we have one consistent mask. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure they've had extra masks they probably use throughout, you know, the series. You know, like a duplication just in case anything goes wrong. But for them to like have like different versions that look completely different, it's a little strange. Yeah, it's a little strange. But yeah, dude, this shot is terrible. The CGI. This is the CGI one, right? Hold on. Yeah, dude, you could tell, man. It looks like it looks like one of those cheap Myers masks you find at what's it called? At the Halloween stores. Just look at that. So yeah, and then this is the KMB, right? Yeah, okay, I get it now. Yeah, it was always confusing. It was always confusing. Yeah, man, for for real. I mean, Jason, of course, he's another one that's had different changes to you know, throughout series, but it's still I know they keep it consistent with one movie shoot. Like yeah, like it's crazy. But yeah, man, H2O is interesting. Like I don't know, it's just one of those. It's just a weird movie. And then when it comes to the mask, it makes it weirder. But Joseph, what's up, man? Glad to have you back on here. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing pretty good now. That's the CGI mask, and the other one in the window is the KMB. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay, I have it now. Yeah, it was always confusing. It was always confusing. To me, of course, the main mask is the better one. Yeah, I mean the KMB one looks a little like creepy-ish, like, but it still looks weird. It still looks weird. Like imagine they use that for for throughout the whole movie. Yeah, I don't think it'll be as great. But yeah, I knew one particular. I thought I had it reversed. I had it reversed. I thought the one in the window scene was the CGI version. But now I see this clip and now I'm like, okay, now my memory has been refreshed. But yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's good, man. That's good, Joseph. That you're doing good, man. I remember someone said the KMB looks like a Michael. It does, dude. It really does. It looks like an emoji. It looks like an alien. Really. I don't know. It's really weird. I got a Nightmare on Elm Street on DVD. That's great, man. That's classic. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Classic stuff, man. I think I have it on Blu-ray. Speaking about Blu-rays and DVDs, man, let's get it. I totally forgot, man. We got caught up in this conversation, man. Terrifier 3. Can't wait, man. Great. I think it's great news, man. It made my day. It really made my day. Like I said, even though we were all expecting it due to the success of Terrifier 2, we were all expecting it. Um, we were just waiting for the confirmation. We were just waiting for the confirmation, but I got 8 movies on DVD. That's dope, man. Yeah, I love the Nightmare movies, man. It's like, I know a lot of those movies not the greatest neither. You know, I mean, I like the sequels. Part 2, I like. I'll have a discussion video talking about Part 2. It's this new series I'm starting. Probably by the weekend, I'll have that video to you guys. If not, the beginning of next week. New little series, like I'm back on doing discussion videos how I used to do them. Right now I'm working on a little series called Underrated Sequels. I'm not sure if I'll call it that, but I'm pretty much gonna be going over underrated movies. Like my first 3, I'm gonna be touching on sequels, underrated sequels that I personally like, that are usually hated, that are considered shitty movies, but I personally like. And yeah, the first episode of that will be Nightmare on Elm Street 2, because I personally have always liked that movie, even though that movie's a little sus, and it does have like a few dumb stuff. It's just the nostalgia for me. Same with Nightmare 2. It's the nostalgic feeling. And I just feel Freddy wasn't as corny then. He wasn't as, comical. So, yeah, be looking out for that. Oh, for sure, porn star. Yeah, actually, I have it right here. Got the 78 mask. Yeah, man, something about this one. Like, it's interesting because in the first one, of course, low budget film. It was John Carpenter's, it was his first film with Halloween. Sometimes, man, like I said, when you put too much thought into stuff, when you plan stuff when you plan stuff too much, it's just like, it's not as natural. I mean, for the original mask, they used William Shatner mask, a Captain Kirk mask. They spray painted it, you know, just spray paint. I mean, that's something I'll do, if I'm being creative and stuff. It's not like I'm gonna be like professional about it and pay all this money to get something decent done. Like, no, like that sounds like me, I'm gonna grab a spray can. They spray painted the Shatner mask. They cut out the eye holes bigger. What else did they do? They spray painted the hair. And there you go. It came out to be the best mask in the franchise. Which, yes, I do agree. Even though the Tots version, I might do some a modification, because I don't know. It's obviously not. I mean, if you take a look at like independent artists, 78 masks, they look fantastic. They look straight off of the screen. But overall, the 78 has always been there for me, man. It just looks creepy. It looks more like, like menacing, you could say. And I know in the original, I think this is what really made it stood out, because in certain you get certain angles, right? And different lighting, different angles, different lighting, you get different angles of the mask, different shots of the mask. And I think that's what really made it. And then with the blue lighting in the original, like, yeah, it really made it creepy, man. And you rarely see the mask like a real up close front, Like, yeah, even coming from Halloween 1 and then Halloween 2, like, a lot of people think the Halloween 2 mask was weird. I think it's weird. I think that mask it looked like really tight on Dick Warlock's face, man. Like, I don't know, it was just something weird about that mask. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I always thought like the rest were weird. I mean, my second favorite behind the original will probably be the Halloween 4. I know a lot of people hate it. It's a shitty mask, like compared to the original. It's a shitty mask. But I don't know, something about it. It's like, I don't know, because it's tied to Halloween 4, one of my favorite sequels. but it's just, I don't know. It's just the nostalgic, you could say, and I like how in that one, like Myers, it's like a cheap mask. It's like purposely made to be a cheap mask. Basic, of course, in the movie, he gets it from like the cheap Halloween store. But yeah, man, for sure, I agree though. Oh, for sure, Joseph. Yeah, Art the Clown, like I said, creepy looking guy, crazy guy. That kills everything. He's hardcore with it. He's hardcore for sure. You know, he's just. I just feel he's another level. Like really, he he don't give a shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, especially a lot of the ordinary population, a lot of their main fears, a lot of people's fears, you could say, are clowns. So you get this scary motherfucker here tearing shit up. Like, yeah, that's some creepy shit. That's something else. Like really. I mean, of course we've seen Jason, we've seen Myers with their brutal remakes and stuff like that. Hatchet, Victor Crowley, he's pretty. The movies were pretty gory, but I feel there was nothing like this, man, when it came to Art the Clown. But yeah, for sure. Stereo Crow, yeah, man. And I am gonna talk about it a little more on my or I'll just leave it at that. I will talk a little bit more about the remake on a video I have coming up. It's grown on me. It's still a shitty remake. Probably one of the worst remakes. I mean, no, actually, no. One of them, but I've seen worse remakes. It's grown even at the time. Even in 2010, I bought the freaking movie on bootleg because I was so excited a new Nightmare movie came out. I was still a kid. Even then, man, I knew it was a shitty movie, but something about it, it's a guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. I don't know. I always watch it. I think you know what it is. I like it. Terrible writing, terrible screenplay, terrible makeup, terrible acting. The cast was dumb. But what I liked about that freaking remake is the take on it. I like how it's dark. They try to make it scary. They try to make it creepier. They didn't take the comical route no more. I like the new. Actually, no, I don't like the new take on Freddy. I'm talking about the whole backstory. The whole backstory. They made him into a child predator when in the original. And actually, Wes Craven, he originally he originally intended in 1984 to make Freddy a child predator. A child predator, but of course at the time it was the 80s, man. That was a little bit more sensitive, you could say, back then. So we kind of, you know, dumbed it down a little bit and just they made Freddy into a child killer only. So yeah, originally it was intended to Freddy be a child predator like he was in the remake. I thought at the time I thought that was dumb, you know, by him making him a predator, but knowing the fact that that's how he was originally intended, and you could say for the movie's sake, for intensity's sake, they decided to do that because just to make the story more intense or whatever. But I like the dark tone to the remake. I like the Freddy overall. I think Jackie, other than the makeup, that was shit. It was a shitty makeup. Um, but I like his approach. I like Jackie Earl Haley's approach, his take on Freddy. You know, he was his own Freddy. It's not like he's piggybacking or he's mimicking Robert Englund. No, he did his own version, which what I really like. I really like, man. And like I said, I just really like the dark. They just try to make it scarier. You know, they try to make it creepier. But yes, I agree, man. I agree. It's a terrible remake. But my ass is always watching that movie, like when it's on or whatever. You know, I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. I don't have a problem. I really don't have a problem. But yeah, very true, very true. I still wonder if they ever will do a Jeepers Creepers. I think Trick or Treat Studios has a mask, which I think I'm not sure if I'll get it. The thing is, man, I'm gonna tell you guys the reason I haven't gotten as many masks as of lately. I do have a mask review. That's my next video, as a matter of fact. Um, a mask that I got back in October, but Trick or Treat Studios did release a Jeepers Creepers mask. I remember seeing it at Halloween City, you know, during the Halloween season, which was like the first time I seen it in person. But yeah, it's been out for a few years now by Trick or Treat Studios. But the main reason I haven't bought masks, man, is because I don't have I don't have space no more. You know, some of my masks I have them on the floor, like they're displayed. Like I put like this like, you know, the what's it called? It's like a it's like a piece of wood, not a wood, but it's like a flat surface. And I have a few masks, you know, they're standing up on the floor because I don't have no more space, man. I don't have no more space. And of course, like the cheaper masks, I have them like in the box, stored carefully. But yeah, that's the main reason I haven't got any masks as of lately. But Freddy versus Jason, yeah, man, great crossover, man. I never understood. I mean, yes, I understand. I have a few issues with that movie. It has a few issues, but I love that movie, man. I grew up. That movie got me into horror. I'm gonna be honest. That movie got me into horror. It really did, man. It really did. Or I wouldn't say horror. Well, you could, yeah, because that was my introduction. But it got me into like the franchises of Freddy and Jason. You know, my favorite mask is H2 1981. That's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, yeah, even in the movie, there's certain shots where it looks kind of creepy, you know, because it's just so different. Like, yeah, but for sure, I agree. Or I get you. I mean, I get your point of view for sure. I hope we can get the 78 mask from Halloween Kills because it looked cool. Interesting enough, man, I personally think the 78 Trick or Treat Studios mask kind of resembles the flashback mask from Kills more than the original. I think. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think this one kind of resembles the flashback 78 from Kills more than the actual 78, but that's interesting. I thought the flashback scene, the mask was great too, man. They got that down pretty good. I was 8 when Freddy vs. Jason came out. Oh, that's dope, man. I was when did that came out in 2003, right? I was like 2, 3 years old, man. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, that was one of my first horror films. I was introduced to it by some of my family members, you know, when it was on TV. So yeah, man, for sure. I heard that movie was a great impact, man. You know, yeah. Freddy vs. Jason is just like a really. It's another one of those films that it's just a special place in my heart. You know. Oh, okay, Joseph. Yeah, a little late to the party, but hey, man, I think that was it's better late than never. You know, for sure. That's interesting, Joseph. Halloween 4 is my favorite because Daniel Harris is in it. Love Halloween 4, man. Love Daniel Harris. The meme. Yeah, the meme. That's the meme mask right there. Yes. Every freaking meme, man. It's the H4. H2 mask looks angrier to me, and Dick Warlock is the best Myers in my eyes. Interesting. I like Dick Warlock. I think he did a good job as Myers. His walk, at first, his walk, I wasn't the biggest fan of. But yeah, I do agree. The mask does look like a little angrier. Like I said, it looks like it's a little tighter on his face, but it gives it, you could say it gives it that anger look, you know? For sure. Oh yeah, for sure, Chippy. Yeah, there is some shots in there where it doesn't look as great. Um, some people say it's not, the mask is just not great at all. But yeah, there's a few. It all depends the angle. Same with the 78, and I think all the Myers masks. It depends the angle, the lighting they're shooting in. Depends the shot. The mask just looks different in different angles and shots. But yeah, I've always loved the H4 mask. Like I said, probably because of the nostalgic, the connection to H4 to the movie. But yeah, H4 mask is underrated. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, man. Uh, yeah, like honestly, I kind of and I've seen. I know. I've seen a lot of people really like the H4 mask, but as of recently, like I will say, probably in the past couple of years, I kind of seen more negative towards it. I don't know why. I know it's. I seen memes on it, probably because of that. But I don't know. It's just like I said. I think it was intended to be a crappy mask because he got it from the cheap Halloween store. But Pennywise, man, yeah, Pennywise, another great character. Who do you guys think will win, Pennywise or Art the Clown? So some of you guys will probably be like, "Come on, is that a serious question?" That's interesting, man. I remember some articles, man, when Terrifier 2 was breaking charts. They're like saying, um, Art the Clown is like the new Pennywise, you know? I never got why people are scared of clowns. Yeah, man, that's true. I don't know if you guys remember this. It's crazy. Hold on, guys. Let me lean my back because my back's starting to hurt. And then we'll get into. Let's talk a little bit more. Then we'll get into some of the DVDs. Some of the films I watched. Let me just rest my back for a bit. God, I've been sitting on that chair. But look, I don't know if you guys remember. Hold on. Let me turn on the light. Back in, I don't know if you. I'm pretty sure it was happening in your guys' side of town too, because it was the worldwide thing. Or I don't know. I don't think it wasn't happening in certain places, but the news was everywhere. It was on the news and everything. The whole killer clown thing, or not the killer, the creepy clown. That would have been hey. That would have been worldwide news, huh? Killer clowns sightings, but yeah, the clown sightings. Damn, this thing was like really. I don't. It kind of like became like a trend at one point. Like I've heard, like I said, at first in the beginning it was like whatever's, like it was like to me I took it as, hey man, people are just they're trying to scare people or whatever. But of course, I think this was what happened. A few people did it, certain people did it, and since it got publicity or whatever the case was, people from different places started doing it even more, because I guess it was for publicity or whatever. So once people started doing it more, that's when people considered it like a problem, you know? Because I guess, like I said, I guess it became like a trend or whatever. It was like the popular thing to do at the time. And yeah, like I said, it was worldwide news. I remember, like I said, it was on the news and all this. Like I remember thinking to myself, man, shit, like there's so many of these sightings going on. I said to myself, watch one of these clowns like commit like a crime, like kill someone or some bullshit. Good thing it never happened, but I thought it was gonna get worse. But then it stopped. This was like 2016, 2017. And then it stopped. And next thing you know, we get the It remake, the 2017 remake. And then after the fact, once they came out and everything, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was people taking this upon themselves, doing this shit. or or I don't know, like I said, or I don't know if it was people following the trend, which I think also played a part. But I heard, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. There's just stuff I heard, but I heard the main reason that she was going down was because it was due to promote the new It movie, the new It remake that was gonna come out. Cause yeah, if you guys remember, it was around that whole time. The sightings were going on, and then the It remake came out. So I don't know if it was like a promotional strategy or what. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, like dude, people were scared to come out of their houses, man. I like clowns, but not Art the Clown. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Art the Clown is terrifying. He's Terrifier. You know, he is. He's intense. People used to be saying it was so scary then, and when I actually watched it, I was laughing more than anything. But the novel was better. Hey, man, I remember as a kid, and I do agree. The remake. I'm not the remake. The original 1990. Some people take it as a joke. Some people consider. I seen people say that's a bad movie. Some people like, because I know it was a cheap TV movie, but still, I seen people like the remake more. But dude, I remember as a kid, I like being scared of that one scene because I remember this girl, one of my neighbors. She was obviously older than me. She would have shown me the clip. Not just me, the whole damn kids. They would show us this clip of the scene, of him in the gutter with Georgie. That shit was creepy, dude. Like yeah, like as a kid, yeah, that's some shit. But yeah, the movie, it's weird, man. The 1990, it's a classic. I will give it that. But and I have not read the novel. I have not read the novel, and yes, I've heard it's better. But I don't know. I just feel that story just. I like the first part better. Then obviously it's better when when they're kids, and then they turn into the second segment is like when they're adults. I don't know. It's just like it's weird because as a kid, my knowledge about it was like it's about this killer clown. But I never knew, man, until I saw the freaking original movie that this freaking clown is like a demon or whatever he is. He turns into this spider by the end. Like I never was a fan of that. And I know there was a novel. The novel's better, and I'm pretty sure it plays out the same way. Of course, more intense. Just like all Stephen King novels. You know, um, the novel versions are more intense. That's interesting, Stereo Crow. Yeah, I did not know that. Yeah, Chippy. I have like a walk-in closet where I have my whole freaking collection. But I wish I had like an actual horror room. Just a room full of my. That's like one of my dreams, man. Just have like a room dedicated to horror. And I literally have everything right there. Yeah, Joseph. 2007 Halloween, not bad. I like it. Sort of a guilty pleasure. It's grown on me. It's grown on me. We need a It Chapter 3. Yeah, man. I heard they were gonna do chapter 3, but then they changed it to a series. I think they're still doing that, right? HBO. They're doing the prequel. They're doing like the backstory of Pennywise, which it's interesting. I mean, I wasn't the big. You guys know I wasn't the biggest fan of the remakes. But I like how they kind of they throw us glimpse like at Pennywise's backstory, even though sometimes a backstory does is not necessarily like a good idea. But I mean, they made it interesting. They made it interesting, with like like this clown. It's been a while since I've seen the remake, but I guess like the Pennywise clown comes out like in like one of the history books, and there's like some history. So hey, I'm all in it. If it has like a dark tone approach, um, I'm all in it. I'm all in it because it's interesting. I hope it's more on a serious tone than what's it called than the remakes, because I feel the remakes were a little too I don't know, I just feel they were a little too silly, you know. No problem, Stereo Crow. uh See you on the next one, man. Thank you for tuning in. Glad having a conversation with you guys like always, man. You guys already know Pennywise. Okay, okay. I'm a little late. I'm a little like I gotta catch up with the comments. Sorry guys, but You guys think Pennywise will win? Pennywise will kill Art the Clown? Yeah, of course, because like of course in Pennywise is this I don't know what the hell he is. He's like a creature that comes. If you guys notice, it and the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers kind of have similar. They have similarities. Like it is like this creature, I guess, this evil force that comes out every what 27 years it was. But yeah, I know Art the Clown is still like he's a brutal killer. I'm, but I mean, we don't know yet. It's because I'm telling you, there's like this mysterious to Art the Clown, which I hope they explore in Terrifier 3. I hope not. Like I hope they do, but not as much. I hope there's still some mysterious in there. There's some mystery. I mean, but he could be this like regular guy, regular killer, whatever, crazy clown killer, or he might be immortal. Who knows? Because I know he got shot in the first one, and then he came back. I don't know, but Pennywise for sure, he is like this force of evil. So yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, the clown. It was the 2016 clown sighting. It was weird, man. Yeah, it was a funny year. Like I said, I heard it was mostly done for that, which I think is kind of dumb. I mean, it's a good marketing strategy. Like they got the world shook. Like I said, even some people didn't want to come out of their houses, man. They were scared to see a killer clown, which was freaking hilarious. But I mean, it worked. I mean, yeah, because next thing you know, we have the It remake. So I guess they were trying to prepare America, prepare the world for this killer clown shit. You know, I don't know, or it could be that because I remember a lot of people hating the fact that they were gonna remake it. I remember hearing the news, man. I was like, "What the?" But at the end of the day, like I said, that was a TV movie. It's a classic. Like I said, it's like nostalgia for me. But a lot of stuff in that movie has not aged well. So yeah, you could say it needed an improved, updated version. But I feel like that movie was Bill Skarsgård was good. His design was okay. It was creepy. I'll give it that. That's a few points. But overall, I just think it was silly, man. I just think the story was decent. The casting was decent. The acting was like kind of silly to me. You know, certain segments, I don't know. It was just a bit silly at some points, but they make everything a series now. Yeah, man, that's true. That's true, man. Look at Chucky. Look at the Jason. Look at where the Jason series has gone to. They're gonna make a series, you know? It's yeah, I don't know. I find it weird too. I know some people would like to see a Halloween series. I wouldn't, honestly. Like I said, a series kind of articulates more. It gives you more time to um how do you say it? It gives you more time to, what's that word I'm looking for? God, I can't think of that freaking word. Experiment with things, with new things. So I'll give it that, but I don't know. I just feel it's becoming a trend, you know? Chippy, I think you're right. I think you're right. As far as horror franchises, like horror movies turn into series, because I'm pretty sure there's been more. Yeah, I think you're right, Chippy. Yes. Back in, what was it, 2016? 2014? I forget. But yeah, it was not too bad. I seen the first two seasons, if I'm not mistaken. I liked it. It was decent. It was different. It was different though. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people weren't. Uh, I don't know. It was really weird. It was really weird, but I liked it. It was okay. You know, I like the new mask. Not too bad. You know, Brandon James. It was all right. But you know, I just feel like, and that's one thing I'm hoping, man, for with the Camp Crystal Lake series, the Jason series. I hope, man. I know Chucky, the series has been successful, or we've actually gotten back in the days, man, in the '80s. We've gotten TV series of Freddy. Remember Freddy's Nightmares? But obviously, I'm sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice. But back in the days, I don't know if you guys seen them. I haven't seen them. All I know is that they were flops. They did do a Friday the 13th series, TV series back in the days, and a Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street series back in the days in the '80s called Freddy's Nightmares, which were flops from what I heard. Just doing silly shit. I've seen a few clips, but yeah, I think those were the earlier ones. So yeah, at that time, I guess TV series weren't really a thing like that. Horror TV series. I mean, no, you have Tales from the Crypt, which is probably the most popular horror TV series. Tales from the Crypt. I haven't seen that. I think I've seen a little bit, but not the biggest fan. You know, 2016. Oh, okay, 2015. All right. Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah, I do remember, man. MTV. It was MTV, right? It's fitting. MTV is like the hip thing to do, I guess. It's like what's popular. And you know, Scream does it does resonate with teenagers, you know? So yeah, you could say it was good. I know they made a third season, which I haven't seen. It's on Netflix, as a matter of fact. Uh, the Scream season 3, which I heard wasn't that good. Oh yeah, yeah, the mini TV series. It's like a, people call it a TV series. To me, it's more like of a TV movie. I have no idea, man. But yes, I find it similar. It's a TV special, pretty much. Because I don't know if that freaking 3 hour movie was cut into pieces, cut into episodes, or I don't know if the first part premiered and then the second part premiered. I'm really not sure. But yeah, it was a TV movie though, for sure. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of stuff is getting series. You know, like I said, Crystal Lake, and like I said, I think it's due to the fact the success of Chucky, which I hope the Friday series does not go that route, man. I really hope it doesn't. I hope it's not cheesy, cringy, dumb like the Chucky series has been. I don't know if that's the case, man. I don't know if that's the case with the series. Whatever series they do now, I don't know if they're intending to go that way, but it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I feel like I said this before, I think certain series like Chucky, I mean, look at the state of the Chucky movies we've been in. The last ones were like They were dumb. Except Curse of Chucky. I like Curse of Chucky, but sometimes when a series has gone downhill, like Chucky, fuck it, do a TV series. You know? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But let's get into some of these films, man. Um, Great conversation, man. Like I said, I like chopping it up with you guys, talking horror, of course. The main thing, the main headline you could say of this live stream was what's it called? Terrifier 3, which I can't wait. Good chatting with y'all, but I gotta go. No problem, Chippy. Catch you on the next one, man. Glad you were able to come tune in, man. Come hang out with me. I'm gonna be heading out of here soon too, man. I'm gonna just go over these films that I watched this week. It's a nice, decent. It's not as much. Last week was more. I didn't watch as much movies this week. Of course, these are dating from last Wednesday. So yeah, of course, the first one was Terrifier. First film, Terrifier. Great sequel, man. I really liked it. All right, there we go. We got a better lighting. Terrifier 2, great sequel, man. Like I said, I'm not sure if it'll make my top. I'm not sure if it'll make my top 10 sequels of all time, but it's definitely a damn good sequel. They stepped it up. They stepped their game up. But yeah, Porn Star. Curse of Chucky was different. It was like a fresh start, especially coming from Seed of Chucky. Yeah, it was a fresh start. It felt like refreshing. I remember when Curse of Chucky was announced. I remember thinking it was the remake. Like Chucky's finally getting his remake, but good thing it wasn't, man. Good thing it wasn't. I remember thinking that because I remember we got like the trailer, we got the because that was the word, man. That was the word on the web, I guess. Since Seed of Chucky was so terrible, it went downhill. I think this is what happened. Around 2009, 2008, to probably 2010. That was when I guess they didn't know what the hell they were going to do with the Child's Play series. And there was rumors going around. I remember even seeing like fan-made posters of the Child's Play remake. And yes, I've heard this, that at that time, 2008, 2010, they were developing a Child's Play remake. I believe Don Mancini was attached to it. I don't recall as much, but they were working on a remake. But I guess they were like, fuck it, let's just do another sequel. Direct to video sequel. And then that's why they did Curse of Chucky. So yeah, I remember being confused, like, oh, okay, Curse of Chucky's the remake. Like I said, in the trailers, in the pictures we've gotten, he had like the clean face without the scar. So I'm like, oh yeah, this definitely got to be a sequel or a remake. But it was a sequel. So yeah, I mean, then we got the shitty 2019 remake. But interesting, man, interesting. So yeah, next film on the list. There's probably the first film I watched. You know, from last week. First film I watched starting last Wednesday. An American Werewolf in London, man. I think this is a classic film. My personal favorite werewolf movie. This one definitely is tied. It's tied with The Howling. The Howling, great werewolf movie. Of course, Tommy Lee Wallace. Not Tommy Lee Wallace. Who? What's her name? Dee Wallace. What the? How can I get that confused? But yeah, American Werewolf in London. Classic film. I actually just got this, man. This Blu-ray. I own the regular DVD version, but I got this Blu-ray for like $5 at a record store. I was like, fuck it. It looks great. Looks great on Blu-ray. So yeah, classic film. This was when everything was practical effects, man. No CGI, none of that bullshit. Rick Baker, who was the special effects artist, he killed it. Great shit, man. Great shit. Here's the next movie. This is actually my brother's. We watched this yesterday. It's not really horror. Because of course these series have grown out to be this, $1 million franchise. You could say they kind of watered them down. with the newer versions. But King Kong versus Godzilla, my brother just got this on Blu-ray. This is the original. Like I said, this is what year? 64. I forget when this came out, but of course, you could say, they do look a little silly because it's just these freaking suits. They're wearing suits. I don't know, but it's just like it was interesting, man. Like, it's not as boring. I know a lot of like these older films are considered like boring and like outdated. I didn't find this one boring, man. I mean, it's in color. I know the original King Kong is like black and white, and the original Godzilla, but it's a decent film. I liked it. I haven't seen the newer one, the remake, but this one's pretty good. I liked it. So King Kong versus Godzilla. This is a new DVD score, actually. We were just talking about it a few live streams ago. It's a film I've been looking forward. I've been looking to buy. I've been looking like at DVD stores and stuff like that. Hellraiser Judgment. I finally got this. I rewatched it last night too. Finally got the chance to rewatch it. I might do a review on it. I don't know. I don't even think it's worth a movie review, but it's just another ordinary Hellraiser sequel. Don't get me wrong. It kind of felt, I wouldn't say a refresh start, but it's better than the most of the sequels. I will give it that. It's better than the shitty Revelations. This is the first time we have the second time we have a different actor that's not Doug Bradley to play Pinhead. I think this Pinhead, it was still off, but it was definitely better than the Revelations Pinhead. I just think his costume was off, man. His costume was kind of shitty. There's a closer look. It still looks weird. I don't know. I just feel it's because no one could top it off like Doug Bradley. Just like Freddy Krueger, just like Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger, Doug Bradley is Pinhead, man. So, yeah, like I said, I didn't have high expectations for this movie because I heard it's still not the greatest. I mean, people do like this one more than like all of the sequels. It has to do like with these detectives, man. I don't know. It felt like a fan film. To me, it felt like a fan film, like a YouTube fan film, honestly. But Hellraiser Judgment, I don't know. It was just a weird ass movie, man. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Porn star. Yeah, Curse of Chucky. Yeah, it felt like a remake. I would say King Kong, Godzilla falls into thriller category. Yeah, that's very true, man. That's very true. I know nowadays it's like more like action, but I think the older films are more, yeah, like thriller. But yeah. Next on the list is my personal favorite horror movie remake of all time, The Fly. Great film, man. I watched this, I believe, last Friday. I don't know. I was just in the vibe for it. I felt like kind of getting 80s nostalgic feelings. The Fly, man. It's just really good film. The effects, man, is just great. It's great, man. I remember seeing this for the first time, like on TV. And it always stuck to me. It always has stuck to me since then. And it took me a while. I remember it took me a while to finally get it on DVD because I could literally find it nowhere. And I finally did at this record store, at this used record store, DVD store. And yeah, good story, good special effects, pretty creepy film. So, if you guys have not seen The Fly, go check it out. I have the original as well. I have it, but I haven't seen it. I've seen it, but I haven't seen it like in a while. I haven't rewatched it since I've gotten on Blu-ray. But next on the list, this is the film that I was just watching before the live stream. I don't know if you guys noticed, my TV was on. Pretty dumb movie. There's another one that my brother picked up for $4 at a used DVD store. Bones. I don't know if you guys seen this movie. It's starring, Snoop Dogg. Um, horror movie, a Snoop Dogg horror movie. It's dumb. It's kind of, I mean, the effects were whatever. They were okay, I guess. The story was whatever. I don't know. Some people like consider this like a guilty pleasure. It was my first time seeing it actually, but I just thought it was dumb, man. Don't get me wrong. It was cool seeing like Snoop and stuff like that. Um, like I said, some kills weren't that bad. The effects were a little cheesy here and there, but it's just like a dumb movie. Like I don't know. Like it's just like it was weird, man. Like it's not one of those. Like I feel like I think this was straight to DVD. I'm not sure. Weird ass movie though. But yeah, this is my brother's. He got this one, and he got the Kong versus Godzilla. So yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, Bones. If you guys have not seen this movie, you could watch it. You could just watch for shits and giggles. Not really a movie to take serious, but yeah, but yeah, Bones, man. This movie is it's just like I don't know. It was like so dumb. I don't know. It was too long. I felt it too long too. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. But I don't know. It was just weird movie. All right, last movie on the list, which like I mentioned earlier, I was saying Terrifier 2 was taking like the spot for last year's horror movies. But now that I watched this one, man, I got this at Walmart the other day. I don't know. This movie was so good. It's a prequel. Orphan First Kill. Last year, I regret not seeing it. It took me a while. Like I just saw it. I just got it on DVD the other day at Walmart. I should have saw it sooner because it's a dope ass movie. I like it. It's been a while since I seen the first one, the 2009 Orphan. But hey, man, I think I'm gonna rewatch it. I might rewatch it. I might do like a video reviewing both of them. But this one was really good, man. I don't know. I think it's the same girl. Yeah, it's the same girl. She returns to play. I forget her name. Esther. But yeah, man, it was a really good prequel, a good follow up. Many people weren't really expecting like a sequel because, of course, the first one was 2009, and then like 2022. 13 years later, we get the prequel. It was good. I like how they did a prequel instead of a sequel. They kind of explain like her backstory. They like explain her backstory, and then you got what's her name, Julia something. She's a freaking badass, man. This chick right here, she was a badass in this film. She didn't give no shits, But yeah, I like this film, man. I like the story. Pretty good film, man. Like I said, I wish I would have watched it a little earlier. But it was dope. It was dope seeing Orphan First Kill. If you guys have not seen it, go check it out, man. Pretty good film. I really did like how, it kind of explains a few stuff. The story with Esther. But yeah, man. That's a good pickup. I never seen that around. Leah had a few. Queen of the Damned. Oh, actually, I've not seen that. I don't think I've seen that film. But yeah, Aaliyah, rest in peace. One of my favorite song by her is "One in a Million," man. The whole album, but "One in a Million" has always stood out to me. Rest in peace, Aaliyah, man. But yeah, definitely we'll check that out. Have that in recommendation. But yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much it. These are the films I watched from last Wednesday to to today. Like I said, not much. Had more of a busier week, but got some films out of the way. I'm gonna watch a film tonight. Probably, I'm not sure which one. I do have a few new scores. Few new scores. For example, I'll show you one because it's right here. I Spit on Your Grave. It's been a while since I see it. The original. I have the remake. Which I thought was a pretty good remake, but I actually got this on eBay. ordered this. Gotta check it out, man. Been a while since I seen it, so definitely a classic movie. But I mean, yeah, guys, that's gonna be pretty much it, man. I had a good time talking to you guys. Took me a while. Took me a while to get into these movies because, you know, we were just having a good conversation. Like always, man. Like always, chopping it up with you guys, talking horror and all this stuff, man. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Pornstar JR, shout out to you, man. Chippy, shout out Joseph, the horror guy. Really dope seeing, you know, my regulars on here, man. So it was pretty cool. You guys came to hang out with me tonight. Hope you guys have a good night. A blessed night, man. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. I'm going to try to go live this weekend if I had the chance. If I have the chance. I'll probably talk more shit, you know. But, yeah, guys, stay tuned for more videos. I have a new video coming out in the next tomorrow or the next day to come. A mask review. Be on the lookout for that, guys. So, yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Michael Myers signing.